All right, everybody, we have Sheila Day on today as well. Excited to learn from her. She's joining us from Portland, Tennessee.
That's correct.
Portland, Tennessee is a new agent, newish, new. New would be an appropriate word. Is it? Are we 45 days minus?
About that.
About
6 weeks. Yeah.
About 6 weeks. And this week you submitted almost 9,000. I've seen your name on the First Column Club almost every week since you started with us. And I'd love for people to get to know you and what you saw with FFL and who introduced you to us, and just tell everybody a little bit about, who Sheila Day is.
Well, all righty. Well, first of all, let me just say congratulations to everyone that we've heard about so far. I aspire to be Darla, so I'm looking forward to hearing her next. So that's awesome. But I came to FFL. John and Jordan Lowry brought me in, and Nina has been a huge support as well. I was basically laid off from my corporate job. I was with a beauty company for a number of years. They had a number of layoffs over the last several years, and I chose to take the severance this last time and make my exit. So, as a salesperson, you get a lot of salesy, recruiting calls. And I had a lot of those hypey sales calls, hypey insurance calls. And let me just say, FFL was not that. And I was so excited about that. It was just so real. Like my conversations with John and Jordan were, it's hard work. It's very rewarding. It's super rewarding, but it's hard work. So just that balance of real was great for me. Background wise, I am almost a carbon copy of what I've heard of Sean Mike's background. My degree is in social work. I worked in the field of mental retardation, developmental disabilities, burnt out there basically, and then went into sales. So instead of going into real estate like he did, I went into beauty sales. I never thought of myself as a salesperson. Still have a little trouble thinking of myself that way, but obviously it's working. So that's kind of how I got here and just started full force. I told John and Jordan both when I came in, I was going to go for it, do what it takes to go in all the way, and started with about a $1,500 first lead investment. Was my first investment, and just was off and running from there.
So you said you wanted to go all in, and then because it was a beauty. And how long did you work at that company?
A total of about 14 years, from being a representative and being on the corporate side. It was a combination. So
you seem like a top producer or a top performer. Was there any reason for them letting you go, or was it what kind of the thing that impacted the whole country last year? Or?
It was just they were letting go of corporate structure, reducing the number of corporate structure, and the jobs and positions remaining were not where I wanted to be, and I didn't want to see myself going through it. This was like 4 years in a row that they did this, and I made the cut every time. I could have interviewed, might have made the cut again, but truly wasn't where I saw myself being, and didn't want to go through it again year after year.
You have a family?
I do. I have a husband, and I have 3 adult children. So wonderful. From a home perspective, we're empty nest.
I can't imagine the feeling of being a performer and a producer in an environment, and then unbeknownst to you, they just are doing a spring cleaning or a fall cleaning, and to not be in control of what you can control now. Right. And I think that is, so was that a factor? I mean, because you probably had the the awareness that you could get into some sort of sales-based or entrepreneurial-based business for years.
Absolutely. But I think this was just the time in which I just wanted to take my own future into my own hands and take that entrepreneurial spirit and put it to good use and hard work and do something with it. My husband is retired now. He owned his own business prior to that. So I'm not as terribly scared as I used to be of the commission only based structure. I'm very comfortable. And the one, nothing now is secure like we thought it was maybe in the past. So there's no such thing as job security unless you're working for yourself, because you can control it.
Correct. Okay, so you have a great call with John. You meet Jordan. You get excited. So let's talk about your first week, 2 weeks. What was it like? You spent the $1,500 in leads. What leads did you buy? Were you? How did that go?
I have pretty much bought instant internet leads, new internet leads. I've done some happy agent. Those have worked really well for me. Looked into a couple others, but that's what I've actually kind of purchased, and some mortgage protection. I've done a little bit in the mortgage protection world as well. So that's kind of where I started. Scared to death. I was not scared to dial at all. Honestly, I've done that, like dialing, and even dialing and getting hung up on, dialing and not just having, nobody answer, and just dials after dials. That was not a problem for me. I was really nervous about going into the homes.
Okay.
But what I have discovered is, if I can do it, anybody can do it. It's really, my first visit in the home was like, oh my gosh, here I am, here we go. I really hope what they tell me is going to be true. They're going to be there for me. Yes, I don't know. All I know is fill out this form. And I think that when I think back to my learning, the big takeaways were, listen to all the training I could. I listened to every training I could. I was on, and still am on, every dial day for hours until my appointments are full. And then I just trust the system. I really just trust that, they are going to be there for me if I need them. And literally, you can call our managers, post in Slack, and get the help in the home. So I just follow the process.
I love that. I mean, that's so true. I mean, we've got a platform where we've proven success time and time and time and time again. And then, people come here, and it's a lot of times there's a big, deep self-reflection. It's, do I want to work this hard? Do I want to push this hard? Do I want to do what these people are doing? Do I like what these people are doing? And that's really where we can get to ourselves to a position where we can become truly very crazy successful here, is if we just adopt the fact that the things we promote are things that we should be doing, things we don't talk about are things we shouldn't be doing, that the success can come through time. So I'd love for you, you said you're a good tracker, which I'm excited to hear. I'd love for you to quantify, your first 45 days. If you have some numbers, or from, some things that would be helpful to share, what you've done so far from an issue paid or submit standpoint. I'd love for everyone to kind of hear what's possible if you go all in.
I have submitted around 41,000. My average lead cost per week has been about 1.5, and climbing up towards that 2,000 per week. I started a little less overall, and then I realized, hey, I need some more to get these appointments. I had kind of weak appointments in the beginning in terms of my numbers. Like, I spent all my time on the dial time and was able to get 6 or 8 appointments. And now I can spend a few hours and I'm able to get, my 15 appointments. So that's, and then in terms of deposits, so far, I have had literal deposits in my bank of about 17,000. There's more coming in here in the next few days, some large ones coming in the next few days. So it'll be around 30,000. So really, really good return on investment. So just encourage people not to be scared to invest in the leads, because the return is there. If you invest in the leads and you do the dials and you go into the appointments, just like everybody says, the results are going to be there.
So let's go. How many approximate dials are you doing in a week? And then which is yielding how many appointments?
I'm probably doing, I'm doing hundreds of dials. I'm probably doing about 400 dials.
Okay. By hand or using a service?
I'm sorry.
Are you doing by hand or do you use a service?
I use phone burner. Oh gosh, phone burner all the way. And phone burner came up and I was all in day one. Like, I think I'm all into everything day one, but if somebody tells me it will help me in this business, I do it. I do what I'm told and it just works. But phone burner, I could speak for the entire call on phone burner alone. It is awesome. I'm using it.
Yeah,
I use it as my CRM. I literally, except for the mortgage, but for all of my internet, I move everything over and I literally manage everything from phone burner.
So I remember Alexander Strait, when we first saw it, he said there will be a line in the sand that we will talk about in years to come, was life before phone burner and life now after phone burner. And it's, I heard that right there. I mean, to sit and hand dial 400 dials, you would have carpal tunnel, you'd be sweating, and you'd be so many crushed energy drink cans on the floor around you that it wouldn't even be manageable. So to hear,
and you can't do that many dials. Like, you physically can't do that many dials manually. I was probably doing 250 when I was using my dial tracker and and literally you know, dialing each number. And now I let phone burner count the dials for me. I know when I finish exactly how many dials it took for me to get to my 15, and I'm good to go.
I love it. Okay, well, so while on this topic, I'd love for you to share your phone script. And this isn't the phone script of a 2-year veteran. This is a phone script of a 41,000 submit 7-week new agent. And so for all of you that are new watching this or have been with us for a while and are struggling, the goal is time. The amount of dials she's made is equated to the refinement at which she's going to deliver this. And she's selling, so it's got to be pretty good. But I'd love for you to kind of go through your phone script and you know, what you say on, especially your instant internet leads, or even your aged instant internet leads, whatever are your preference, just so people can hear what you say.
All right, I'll try. I don't have it in front of me, so but I'll try.
You're gonna do great.
All right. Ring, ring.
Hello?
Grady?
Yes.
Hey, Grady, this is Sheila Day. I'm getting back to you about the state regulated final expense coverage that you were requesting for burial and final expense. Okay. I just needed to verify some information so we could get that out to you. I show your address is 113 Ready to Go Lane. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Perfect. And what about your date of birth? 1/21/64, is that correct?
Correct.
Awesome, that's perfect. So when you filled this form out, were you looking to just protect your family from that added expense of burial and final expense, or were you also looking to maybe leave a legacy, a little extra money behind as well?
Who is this again?
This is Sheila Day. I'm with Family First Life, and I'm calling regarding the life insurance, burial, and final expense information that you'd requested. Okay. So were you looking, when you filled that out, were you looking to just protect your family from those expenses of final expense, funeral, burial cost, or were you looking for a little extra for legacy purposes as well?
Just the final expenses.
Okay, perfect. We can definitely do that. So I'm a broker. I work with about 20 different insurance carriers. So we're able to quote against different carriers. And all that they require me to do is to spend about 10 and 15 minutes with you, going over some general health questions, finance questions, make sure that we can find the right fit for you and your budget. So wanted to look at, I'm going to be dispatched in your area tomorrow. Would morning or afternoon work better for you?
Morning.
Morning. So I forgot to ask you, do you work, retired, disabled?
I'm retired.
Okay, so do you have any doctor's appointments in the morning that would prevent us from getting together?
I don't.
Okay, good. I have a 10:15 and a 10:45. Either of those work better for you?
I forgot. I do have a doctor's appointment tomorrow.
Oh, no problem. Well, is it morning or afternoon appointment?
It's an afternoon appointment.
Okay, so still then the 10:15, 10:45, would one of those work for you?
Yeah, 10:45.
Okay, got it, Grady, 10:45. And that address that I listed earlier, was that a house or an apartment?
It's a house.
Okay, perfect. What about the numbers on the, would they be on the driveway, on the house? Where will I see them?
On the mailbox.
Mailbox, perfect. And what color is your house, Grady?
Brown.
Brown, all right. I've got all of that information. I've got your information. Can I get you to get a pen and paper real quick, please?
Okay. Ready?
All right, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to give you my name, Grady. It's Sheila, Sheila, Day, Day. And our appointment time was 10:15 on tomorrow morning.
Correct.
And I'm sorry, got a little nervous. My verification code, that's so that you'll see that when I come out, so you can verify that. My verification code is SD8319. Can you repeat that for me?
SD8319.
Perfect. Thank you, Grady. I look forward to serving you and helping you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Very, very good. Off the cuff. No, you can tell she's making $400 a dial day. That was awesome. Throw a 2 in the comments below to give love to Sheila, or SD8319. Okay. Do I?
And that's not even the code I normally use.
Off the cuff. All right. So just for coaching's sake, do I have your permission to coach you?
Absolutely.
Okay. So it's very good. Perfect. All the perfect marks were excellent. Your full name was excellent. Everything was great. The only thing that I would coach on would be the way you like people are finicky, right? This stranger calls me now, is telling me to go get a pen and paper. Just people are weird, right? So if we have if 20% of people will get offended, how do we adjust it so that people won't go get offended? So you just reverse the order and you say, hey Sheila, could you do me a favor and go grab a pen and paper? I've got your confirmation number I need to give you. And so you put it at the beginning and you say, or can you, I need to give it, or you say it like this: do you have a pen and paper available to write down your confirmation number? And they may go, yes. So the way to invert that is you go, do you have a pen and paper ready so I can give you your confirmation number? And so what you're trying to do is, it's a tactful way to get them to move without telling them to go do something without them knowing why. That's it. So just invert that to the front. Now they have pen and paper. Now they're writing everything down: color of the house, the where the numbers are, etc. Any big house, any big dogs or gates, etc. But the rest of that was fantastic. You sealed it up.
And I do think I actually usually do reverse that somewhat. So
and you're good. Then you're good. But
my script.
Everybody out there, lead in as soon as they go. Yeah, 10:15. That works great. Okay, perfect. Go ahead and grab a pen. I'm going to get you your confirmation number. And perfect. What Jordan loves to do, he goes, well, hold on, the computer's processing it. And he'll go, boop, 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 and he'll wait like 15, 20 seconds. He's like, oh, the computer's still pulling it up. Hold on a second. Oh, here it is. JL123. That's how Jordan usually does it. So, but the goal is, in totality, is control, right?
Yes.
Your tone was strong. You landed good perfects. It was a good, well-toned, in control phone script without a script and with fake information. So we can see why you're doing great. So I'd love it, as we wrap it up, what is any advice you have to other agents or new agents, someone that's out there that's watching right now that hasn't bought their first batch of leads or taken that leap of faith, or someone that has bought leads and taken that leap of faith but just isn't getting the results they want? What is a Sheila Dayism?
Well, I could copy Nike and just say, just do it. But seriously, follow the system, invest in the leads, use your coaching. Grady's coaching today was excellent. I am frequently calling, especially Jordan, sometimes Nina as well, but I will call before, during, and after sometimes different visits for feedback. And, this isn't quite going the way I'm thinking, or, am I thinking right about this? So getting that coaching and being coachable, keeping yourself coachable, always utilizing all the training. We have amazing training all the time. It's almost impossible to keep up with all of it, but keep up with all of it. Get up early, stay up late, get all the training. That's pretty much my story.
It's like a personal growth platform with a massive compensation plan. You know, the surrounding yourself with other people that have a similar. I mean, not to bag on your previous business that you worked at that let you go, but I'd imagine the people that you're around now, and the Ninas and the Jordans and the Johns and the people you see in the Facebook groups and then the live dials, like we collect up great driven people, or people that have a passion and a zest for becoming great, and show them a path that they can walk down or run down or sprint down to get to an incredible life that they can build and create here. And it's wonderful that we've
Absolutely.
seen that, and it's wonderful to have you here. You're a complete rock star, Sheila, and we're cheering you on. So everyone, a drop a go in the comments below to give Sheila some love for coming on here and sharing with us, scriptless and all, and tearing it up. So Sheila, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you. I look forward to building and growing. I'm excited.
Us as well. Have a great day.